Welcome.
Spinners All Beer Review. We are not live. This is a recorded actually.
We are recorded. Previously recorded.
Yeah. I'm Shagdog.
I'm Jammer.
Spinners All Beer Review. We're doing a beer called Kolmes Baltic Porter, which is from brewery is called Browar Fortuna.
Yes.
Which is in Poland.
9% alcohol.
Yeah, so it's 91 by Beer Advocate. It's a rotating seasonal one also, supposedly.
It says right here, Komes Baltic Porter from the Brewery Fortuna is one of the best Baltic porters in the world and also one of the most appreciated Polish beers. When Komes is stored for 36 months, the beer changes its taste. Now you can decide how long your Komes will mature. So, how long have you had this?
I just bought it like yesterday. I don't know how old it is.
And I can't really tell by the lot number because
That's okay.
Because it says 148201.
It might be 1 or 2 months old, probably.
Well, I guess this is another beer that we should let age, like the vintage ale.
But I think he says they have it all the time, so we can buy another one and let it age.
All right.
The liquor store I bought it from, surprisingly, was by the Publix over there in 301.
Yeah.
And the liquor store guy told me when I got this, he goes, I have a guy that comes in here and buys this every week. Buys a bottle of this. I'm like, oh, so he must have it all the time then. I'm going to do a cap toss. And this is considered by Beer Advocate the number 33 Baltic Porter in the world. Number 33. So if you're in the top 50 of a beer style, that's pretty good, right?
Completeness.
Complete.
Utter.
I don't know how many ounces that bottle is.
Utter. A pint, 9 ounces or something.
So what's that, like 18?
22.
Oh, 16 and 9, yeah. So a pint
27.
16. Yeah, 16 and 9. 25.
Is that what it was? Pint, 9 ounces. Yeah, that's it. All right, I can smell it already.
Yeah, I can
smells
smell
pretty
it.
good. Smells pretty good. That's pretty.
It's pretty dark. Little hints of red.
Yes. It's got a nice little, like, burgundy,
kind
of red to it.
Black
hues.
Red, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. And the head's a little beige, quickly dissipated.
Yeah, mine's still there, so it'll give me a good pour.
Yeah. And it does have that typical porter smell, but it also has a little bit of the alcohol smell, when you can tell that and it smells very robust.
And this head of mine's almost like a little chocolatey brown looking.
Yeah. Very robust, roasted.
A little sweet fruits maybe, or
dark fruits. Kind of roasted, burnt, kind of smell.
Yeah, maybe a hint of chocolate.
Coffee and chocolate, cocoa,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might
smells
be good. We'll see.
Cheers.
Starting it off right.
Now that's a good porter.
It's good, yeah. And I don't know the
difference.
difference.
That is a damn good porter.
I'm not sure what the difference is between American. I know American porter is just a different hyphenated porter of English porter.
This is a very good porter.
Most of the Baltic porters I have are really good, actually. Yeah, I like Baltic porters.
Kind of nutty too, in a way. Earthy.
Yeah, I'll add a little bit of earthiness to it.
Matches the alcohol very well.
Yes, smooth for being a 9%. Pretty smooth.
Very smooth. Not even really harsh. That you get that harsh warming. You don't even get that.
There's a slight.
It's a gradual, easy going warmth.
Someone who doesn't drink something as strong might sense it more, maybe.
Yeah, it's roasted. Kind of coffee, cocoa, dark fruits. Yeah.
I like it.
Earthy, brown.
And someone said Shagdog doesn't like dark beers, but everybody that's been a fan for a long time knows Shagdog likes dark beer, especially porters and stouts.
Very true, Shagdog. Porters and stouts are your favorite. Now, you love lagers.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I love some lagers, but they vary more than most porters. They might vary a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're all good usually. I haven't given up.
But let me tell you, this is one of the best porters that I've had.
Yeah, usually porters and stouts, I don't go below a C+, if I even go down to a C+. Most times it's B- to A+,
Yeah.
That's just my preference, I guess.
Very smooth, easy going, very drinkable.
Mm-hmm.
It's rich.
And you can tell
it's not so rich that you could drink it.
We know it's 9%. This is something you probably can chug about 3 or 4 of these down. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it, though.
That's what I was going to say. It's rich, and you could drink more, even though it is kind of rich.
Yeah.
Tasting-wise, a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
But I think after you've had one, and maybe at the most two, you're going to be good.
Yeah, I think
because the flavor will get to you. It'll start to gag you after a while.
If you're drinking this slow, you're really good. If you drink this bottle for over an hour at a pub, and then have another one for your second hour, okay, it's time for me to go home. You'll be all right.
Yeah. And you probably would make out better.
Maybe have a third one in there, just in case.
Because you would buy it, and you would turn around and sip on it.
Yeah.
You probably pay $5-6 in a bar for it.
Yeah.
But it's 9%.
Yeah.
Instead of buying Miller 64 and buying 20 of them.
To get a buzz.
To try to get a buzz, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a nice feeling, But very drinkable. Very, very drinkable.
Yeah. I like it. I wouldn't give it an A+, but
I'd give this a swaff.
Yeah, I'd give it a swaff and a A, straight up A.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right on with that, an A.
Swallow and a half and an A. A+, it just has to have a little bit more magic, and there's slightly missing a little magic. Polish are still working on their magic. Oh, they had that other Baltic Porter, too. I probably could have got that and compared it to the Balistka or the Russian one.
Oh, yeah. Before. We've had that before.
Yeah. They had that, but that's why I didn't get it, because we had that one before. So.
And it's Russian.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, I would like to buy one and just age it.
Yeah.
It says right here, if you age it for 36 months, it will be dry and complex. Right here on the fresh and roasted between 4 and 12 months.
So what's the longest you aged it to?
36. 3 years.
That's a long time. So when you age it, you just let it lager in your fridge?
Yeah, I would put it in the fridge myself. But I'm sure if you put it in a cool, dark place, it'd be fine, too. Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Oh, rugby.
Very delicious. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
So do you know any Polish people? Or you like to give shout-outs to?
Oh, I mean, personally, the only two Polish... I think there's only two Polish guys I consider either associate... not associate. A high school friend, knew him since 4th grade. We used to get in fights all the time, all the way up to about 8th grade. Then we stopped fighting. Then I moved to Pennsylvania sophomore. Maybe we might have fought some more. But we didn't fight after 8th grade. Probably because that was the first time he came close to beating me. All the other times I beat him. That time he came close to beating me, and it hurt that time. He punched me in the back of my head. Like I ducked down and got me in the top of the head with his skinny-ass knuckles, and the shit hurt like a bitch. But that's Rob Lepkowski. Rob Lepkowski. Shout out. And the other one is Brian Witkowski. I used to work with him, and he was a Penn State fan.
Oh, okay.
He was originally from Western Pennsylvania.
Well, I know more than one. Joe Zawoski.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Domsky.
Oh, yeah. I know it's Chris Domsky.
A lot of skis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that previous one. I knew another one named Joe Ringwalski, and he was a friend of Robbie Lepkowski. Two poles in a pod. two peas in a pod.
Yeah. But, I'm sure I know more than I just can't remember.
Yeah. Because all their names sound the same.
Yeah, well. you know.
That's like all the English names. They're all Smithski, Joneski,
Mm-hmm.
Spencerski,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, Johnsonski.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. And if you get to the meaning of names, I wonder what the ski means.
True. Yeah. Maybe that means last.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway,
we can Google it, but we're not gonna.
No, we're not going to.
We'll get to the next one, I guess.
Yeah, excitement abounds. We're doing this as our what is that Freedom Ring celebration?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're talking about memorial, so you're
so,
honoring.
Yeah.
You're honoring the dead. Right?
Right.
So
a lot of people fought for this country. If they see what's going on now, they roll over in their graves.
Drinking for the dead.
Drinking for the dead. There we go.
Extravaganza. Or spectacular.
Should we say the dead heroes?
Oh, yeah.
For the veterans and stuff.
All right.
Drinking for the dead heroes extravaganza.
Extravaganza. Spectacular. Phantasmic.
Yeah, we'll remember one of those eventually.
Phantasmic. You know what phantasmic is, right?
It's almost like a
It's fantastic, but it's orgasmic.
Oh, phantasmic.
Yeah.
I was thinking it might be something to do with orgasm.
Phantasmic celebration.
Fantastic. So.
Fantabulous.
Anything else, Jammer?
Yes.
What else?
Let's see. What else did I have to say?
Oh, you had some piece of paper or something. I don't know if you want to do that one now.
Oh, I could do it now. You know how intelligent Polish people are. They appreciate this.
Right.
Obscurantist. Or I should say obscurantist. That's a word.
Oh, yeah. What's the name?
Obscurantist.
Obscurantist.
Yes. Sometimes I feel that you're an obscurantist.
Yeah, what's it mean?
A person who deliberately prevents the facts or full details of something from becoming known.
I don't think I like that.
Yeah, sometimes you are. But you're more like a blatherskite.
What's a blatherskite?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
A blatherskite is a person who talks at great length without making much sense. Foolish talk nonsense.
That's me.
But I follow that category too. We're a bunch of blatherskites. We're a bunch of blatherskites. That's what we are.
Yeah, especially
That sounds Irish.
I talk like that, and then I even text and send voice messages.
No, that's pure blatherskite.
Yeah. I even do it to a coworker that I have, and he's like, "Can you stop? What's that? Not bombing my phone, but blasting my phone. I think it's, can you quit blasting my phone? I just found out a friend died. I'm trying to find out details." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." So then I quit.
But by the way,
it takes a death to get me to stop blasting.
But by the way, I really get pissed off at this restaurant that I went to. I felt like the dead too, waiting that long for the bill.
Like, your good friend can wait. He ain't going anywhere.
He ain't no hurry to get in. Yeah, a bunch of blatherskites. That's what we are. I'm getting good with the Irish. A bunch of blatherskites.
There you go.
I mean, I'm really getting. That's pretty good for the.
Yeah, you couldn't do it on St. Patrick's Day.
I couldn't do it on St. Patrick's Day.
What's that? Fucking French.
But I'm getting my blatherskite going. That's what I'm doing. It takes a word like blatherskite to cause me to bring out the Irish.
There is a little Irish, but I'm hearing a hint of Scottish too.
Well, you know, we are a little mixed.
Yeah.
We are a little mixed. There's Scottish mixed. We are a little mixed. Yeah, my accents, they run a wide range. And you know why? Because we're all mutts. We're all mutts. There's no pure Irish.
Right.
There's no pure Scottish.
Probably no pure Irish in Ireland either.
No pure French. Oh, you know, I'm a little pissed off. I found out that whatever that stupid guy that was supposed to be Prince.
Harry?
Yeah. he was going on about that. He thought the First Amendment was a bunch of crap.
Yeah, like blubber. I forget the word he used.
Uh,
Yeah, he's using it right there.
Yeah. And you know what? Go back to your fucking country.
That's what everybody was saying on TV.
Yeah.
I don't like it here. Go back.
Well, oh, poor pity me. I didn't get any protection, even though I wasn't supposed to get any protection because I am not going to become
You gave up
the
your
king.
You pretty much gave
Well,
it.
before he gave it up,
Yeah.
he was not. There's a certain. There's so many layers, and he was not in the layer that gets protection.
Right.
Which means his family doesn't get protection. And,
right.
and if they really wanted protection, they would have stayed at the castle.
Oh yeah.
The palace. They wouldn't have, left. They would have stayed there in England at the.
Oh, so you're saying they're talking about protection now?
Yeah, they were saying I couldn't get my. And I think it's because I'm black. That's what's her name. And she's not even really freaking black.
I know she's more white than black.
And he's going on. Yes, I think it was racism too. Well, what's her name? The other prince, the princess, the redheaded girl, the one that Princess Di used to. Fergie, and all them. They don't get protection.
Yeah.
Because they're so many removed from the direct succession.
I'm sure they have enough money if they want to hire a bodyguard. They get a cheap bodyguard.
Because they're supposed to be in direct succession, and there's so many layers.
Yeah.
And once you get to a certain point, they don't pay for that.
Well, what's stupid with Henry is Harry.
King Henry the Eighth. I am Henry.
He's not
Henry.
any line because of course Charles is first, and then William and his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be their kids. Now he's even further because now they're going to have kids. The only way he'll have a chance is if someone killed
all of them.
William, the father too.
Mm.
Or even if the father wasn't killed, he'd be next after the father. But if they killed William and the children, then he would be next in line. So maybe he has that plan. A lot of people say he's the Antichrist. But a lot of people now are saying Trump's son's the Antichrist. What's his name?
Barron.
That's a good name. Barron Trump, the Antichrist.
There's a book from way back when that talks about Baron Young and the underground or the people of inner earth or something like that. Yeah. Adventures or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's an old book that was written over 100 years ago.
Oh.
And it was Trump. Baron Trump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you look it up. Yeah.
Well, it's just quick coincidence there, right?
Yeah, well, that or self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, yeah.
And thank your president, all you people who voted for Biden like idiots. For gas prices, gas shortage, unemployment rates, an implosion at the border.
1 million jobs available and nobody going because they're getting unemployment.
I talked to my doctor the other day, and he said what they're not telling you about the border is that in the areas of where all this is going on, the COVID numbers have gone up 1,000%. Also, several cases of TB and other diseases and stuff that we had eradicated from America many years ago that are now flooding in, just like they did with the refugees when they brought them over here and settled them in Detroit and all these other places.
Yeah.
You know what happened? They brought TB, tuberculosis, which is something that we had gotten rid of.
TB is around, but it's usually isolated.
And
so
prisons.
Prisons and maybe hospitals or something. Like if somebody in the hospital gets it, they don't know that they have it. They might spread it to someone else if they're in the same room with somebody. But prisons is the only place you hear people getting TB.
Yeah, that's because they're all,
Well, yeah, it's a cesspool of breathing. You go in a dorm, it's almost. You got diseased people all living together.
You got ass munchers,
Yeah.
And they're breathing on you.
Old people.
Yeah. They're breathing on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just in general, thank him because he's the one who complained. Now, I can tell you one thing this is doing is waking a lot of people up that, Trump wasn't all that bad.
Well, I'm still thinking a lot of them still hate Trump so much that they don't care how bad it gets, which is stupid.
Well, some of them, are the diehard, the actual believers in tearing down the system to rebuild it better.
Yeah.
But in reality, you'll never build it better because tearing it down takes the core of America completely out of it.
Right.
And becomes a socialist country.
Everything, yeah. Black Lives Matter.
That's socialist.
Whole Democrat, Antifa, they're all like communists.
Yeah.
Antifa's like more of an
I can tell you right now. The Black Lives Matter wasn't for black people. If they were for black people, they would care about black on black crime. They would care about all these businesses that got looted and burnt to the ground that was black owned.
Right. Not the 19 people, unarmed black men that were killed by cops. Some of them, rightfully so.
Let me put it this way. One thing that comes to mind every time you hear somebody getting shot and everything is taking responsibility for your own actions. You know what? Taking responsibility for your own actions. If you turn around and a cop tells you to stop, put your hands up, and you keep walking, and you got your hands, and you're putting them everywhere, and you reach in your pocket and everything, you're not listening.
Right, you're getting blasted.
They don't know what you're doing.
My life or yours.
Yeah.
You reach in your pocket, pull something out, it looks like a gun, you're getting blasted.
Yeah, and you know what? If you just listened, even if you don't agree with them, you don't think you did anything, okay, fine. Go ahead, put your hands up and everything and said, this is against the Constitution. I haven't done anything. You have no. Okay, make your statement if you want to. But you know what? In the end result, even if they take you to jail and you go to jail, guess what? And you get out because it was a wrongful arrest and everything. Guess what? Now you make a complaint. You get a lawyer. You sue.
Yeah, if you want to go through all
you
that.
put it on a record. You put it on record.
That. I would make a complaint and leave it at that.
I'm looking for money. Years ago, I would say I'm not into this frivolous lawsuit shit, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not. But now, the older I get, the more I say, fuck it.
Yeah, the whole thing, like you said, with the do what you're told and all that. When you hear the mother saying, we have to teach our children to do this, otherwise they're going to get killed. Well, all kids should know that because it's common sense.
First of all, it's common sense. But okay, even if you don't know common sense, parents should be teaching their kids that stuff to begin with.
Right.
Cops are an authority figure. They're not always right. But if they do stop you, don't make any sudden moves.
Yeah.
My dad told me, he goes, now you may get stopped by a cop or sometime like that. Don't get scared or anything. Just make sure you don't make any sudden moves. Don't lunge for the glove box. Don't, do anything.
Don't jump out of the car.
Don't jump out of the car. Just go ahead, stop, turn off the car, keep your hands on the wheel. He told me that.
Yeah. And most cops aren't, you do all those things. Yeah, you might get a jackass cop who'll get you out of the car, pat you down, slam you up against the car a little bit, being an asshole.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't break anything, but you can sue him too. Go to court, take the pain for a little bit.
At least make the complaint. Do at least what Shagdog would do, and that is, the very least, make the complaint. Because you know what? After a while, those complaints are going to build up on that person.
Because there are assholes.
And then once, especially if they're assholes.
Well, they said that supposedly a Chauvin guy had a lot of complaints.
And he had 17 complaints. Now, out of that 17, how many were actual legit complaints? You would have to investigate and say, okay, knock off 3.
Yeah.
All right, now you're down to 14.
Right.
That's still, how long has it been working?
20 years.
20 years, and he had only
15,
14 complaints?
1 a year.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's acceptable rate.
Yeah, yeah. In a prison system, an officer could have, I forget how many uses of force before you get, to take you out and do a 2-week thing where you see why you're having so many uses of force, and it's an outrageous amount. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's like 12 or 10.
Now, I can understand if you had 14 complaints in the last month.
Yeah.
Or 14 complaints in the last 6 months.
Right.
Or even year. Oh, man, this is not good.
Yeah.
You know, that's showing a problem. You know,
right.
And here's the other thing: if you're making the complaint and you're suing, after a while, the city and the police department are going to get fed up with having to pay out.
Yeah.
And they're going to really crack down on these cops.
Right. And I don't know how it is with cops. Well, when I worked in corrections, if you even touched an inmate, you're supposed to do a use of force report. Like the time I had the inmate come back from chapel with their had these hats that looked like Burger King hats, praise the Lord. He's like, and he put his arm down. Like he was going to put it on my head, so I just instinctively went up and grabbed his arm. Mm-hmm. Now I have to write a use of force report because I'm like, plus he's like over 65, Mm-hmm. So I'm like, fuck, So I had to do a whole report on that shit.
Beating up senior citizens.
I didn't beat him up. I just went and blocked it, but I'm like, shit. Now I got ready.
Broke his arm.
And I had to send him to the sergeant's office.
Broke his arm. Poor senior citizen.
No, I didn't break his arm. But I was like, but he didn't go to confinement for it. They're just walking DR.
Yeah.
So he I don't think he got in trouble for it. Or he didn't get in trouble for that, and I didn't get in trouble for grabbing him. So.
But so I mean, I always think taking personal responsibility for your own actions, because also, here's the thing: if that person wasn't, he got on the what's his name, that got killed by Siobhan, right?
Yeah,
I forget his name.
What's his name?
George Floyd. Floyd. He got on a path. He didn't think wisely. He made a bad decision and got on a path that set him to that point in his life.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. You make decisions that end up projecting you into a direction that you might end up having more interaction with cops than a normal person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Normal criminal, yeah.
Well, a normal person in general.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're doing even petty crimes, you're going to have more interaction with the cops.
Yeah. You're setting yourself up to have that.
If you're out in the street, walking on the street, even not even committing crimes, you're out in the street all the time. They know who you are, whether they're trying to get information off you or see what you're doing. You're going to be known to the cops. Now, he had counterfeit money, supposedly, right?
Yeah.
He was drugged up.
Yeah.
Guess what?
And on top of that, he ate the drugs.
Oh, did he eat it? Yeah.
He ate the drugs so that he wouldn't get caught with them. So he turned around and was basically overdosing on that stuff. And the part of the video they don't show you, that they've never shown anybody, is the part where he says, "I ate too many drugs. I ate the drugs." Yeah. So right there's a video clip where he's saying all that stuff, which just tells you right there, he hasn't changed his life path.
Now, I don't think that cop should get that. I don't know. Well, they haven't state how many. He's going to appeal it anyhow, but they haven't given him
That's
years.
something that you don't know, and a lot of other people don't know about is that clip. In his appeal, that's what's making that appeal go through.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have those clips.
Plus, with the first case, they convict him of those 3 charges, but they haven't sentenced him yet. Mm-hmm. So the max he can get is 75 years with all 3 charges. I don't think he should get that much. I think it should be like an involuntary manslaughter anyhow, but at the max 12 years or 15 years with an involuntary manslaughter thing. But, we'll see what happens.
But, I mean, here's the thing about cops doing things crimes and all that stuff, whether it's killing somebody or what. They know better. Mm-hmm. Of all the people out there, they know better more than any of them. So, should they be more strict on them? Yes.
Yeah, and that whole fucking knee on the neck hold, I was never taught that, ever. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they had it in Minnesota or something. It was on the side of the neck. It wasn't like in the front choking them, but it's still compression on the side of your neck. If you're already having breathing difficulties, that might help. Yeah, what's that? Respiratory failure or something, who knows? But if you have to subdue somebody and you did that for a few seconds until we got him under control, and then take the knee off. So I don't see why he had his knee on there the whole time.
But, I still say that Siobhan guy and Floyd, they knew each other from the strip club or whatever that they worked at.
Right.
There was a personal beef between the two. Because here's the thing. Even if I don't know you, I just work in the same place, but I know who you are because I work there. I said, oh, there's Shagdog. That's Shagdog. And you're going having a fit, you know. Even if I don't personally friends with you or anything, but I know you, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say, Shagdog, man, Shagdog, calm down, man. Everything's going to be all right. We're going to get you through this. You just calm down. Come over here and sit down in the car here. You know,
even if you don't know your name. Hey, didn't you work it over there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm going to be, if I recognize you, I'm going to be more willing
to help you
than if I don't know you.
Not that you say you want to help somebody else, but
but you're being that it's a personal connection.
Yeah, you have a repertoire with somebody or something. Yeah,
and I'm gonna turn around and I'm rapport or whatever. I'm gonna make a little more conscious effort to make sure you're okay, even if I don't like you, but I know you.
Right
now, he obviously knew him. Because, you know, they said, you know, he knew him, you know, and he I bet you $1,000,000 he recognized him. There was a personal beef between the two, and he was saying, all right, motherfucker, now you want to back talk me? Now you want to back talk? You're getting the fucking knee now.
His hands in his pocket.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guarantee you that was a personal.
Yeah. Now the other conspiracy says they're both
That's
part
not
of
a conspiracy.
No, but the conspiracy one is they're both part of the Masons, and he's a sacrificial lamb for all this fucking problems we have since then. It was planned, pandemic, George Floyd. Let's make it happen.
And that caught quite
George
possibly.
Floyd, would you mind us killing you? But we're gonna give you $1 million.
Yeah, we'll take care of your family.
Counterfeit cash.
Take care of your family. All that. Yeah.
It's hardly no one will ever notice. Maybe some dumb kid at the store might notice it. And it's counterfeit.
Yeah.
That's going to be the day you...
And they might not even say, we'll kill you. They might just say, all you have to do is this. And then the other guy, hey, make sure he doesn't get up.
Watch go to the store, try to buy some shit with counterfeit money.
Yeah.
Just make a scene with some cops.
And here's the other thing. If you
shove was paid off maybe somehow too.
If you knew that you had counterfeit money, you wouldn't stick around at the store, would you?
Hell no, I'd be out of there.
Yeah. So he obviously believed he had real money, because he stuck around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
This is common sense thing that even the news broadcasting companies, the media, they never even said this stuff, but think about it.
Yeah.
Common sense is, if I know that I have counterfeit money and they're going to call the cops,
right?
Okay, I'll wait out in my vehicle.
I'll
wait out in my vehicle. Get in my vehicle.
Yeah, but another possibility is some criminals are really dumb, but they think they're smart. They're like, well, if I run, they're going to think. So I'm going to outplay them. I'm like, well, no, I didn't. It was not counterfeit money. That's why I waited here. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Yeah.
Well, that's true, but the majority of people would take off.
Yeah.
They wouldn't stick around.
Except for a dumb smart criminal. I call them dumb smarts.
Yeah. Most likely, you're not going to stick around. Because you don't want to trip up and say anything or do something because if you got any more of that money, they're going to confiscate that too, and they're going to say, where did you get it? Right?
That's true.
And then you're going to have a legitimate...
Maybe I heard there was something else too with a counterfeit ring going on, and Chavez was in on it, so he had to hush him up.
That might have been too.
Yeah.
You never know.
Because why did the other 3 cops are Chavez comes? Why did they need a 4th cop? Yeah. All right.
Anyway, let's move on.
We went on too long.
Video.
Oh boy, I have to edit that.
All right.
I'll just leave all the parts you said about it in there.
You know.
Be like, everything I say, cut. Keep going.
All right. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review.
Yes. And we will see you on the next one.
I'm Jammer.
Shagdog.
And we'll see you on the next Dead Heroes Extravaganza. Drinking with the Dead Hero. Drinking for the Dead Heroes Extravaganza. Spitter Swallow Beer Review.